The HEFCE Match funding scheme really did help the University of Huddersfield, and to understand why you need to understand our context. We're in the upper decile for giving people from poorer backgrounds opportunities in higher education, the upper decile for the quality of our teaching, and the upper decile for the employability of our students. In other words, we give life opportunities to students from poorer backgrounds. With the change in government policy, we were really concerned about the impact on tuition fees to those very students from the deprived communities that we tried to help. So we used the HEFCE Match funding scheme in order to raise funds for scholarships for those students. And the way we did it was to make use of gift aid plus contributions from myself. The system worked very easily. Basically, if somebody put £1 in with gift aid, that became £1.25. I personally matched it, so it became £2.50. We then used the HEFCE Match funding scheme to turn the £2.50 into £5, and we then used the National Scholarship Programme to turn that £5 into £10. In other words, for every £1 somebody contributed, a student would benefit by £10. With such a gearing effect, we actually raised £100,000 in a week, and I rapidly ran out of my personal funds. So I put out a call to help, and a local entrepreneur called Graham Leslie actually joined in this match system, and he personally put up his own funds to the extent that we actually raised over £1 million in scholarship funding for our students that join us in 2012. What the university has then done is to add to this to make available 1,000 scholarships to students from the very deprived communities that this university is so good at helping.
Our success was based on three factors. The first and perhaps the most important is that the people that we serve actually believe in what we do. The fact that we run a really strong and effective professional education programme for students, that those students go into jobs in the local, regional, national, international communities, and that we're also an open access institution which supports people from all sectors of society is well understood and believed in by our students, by our staff, by the local community. The second important factor, I think, is the real leadership that was shown in this particular instance by our Vice-Chancellor, Bob CRYAN, and by other donors like Graham Leslie, who were prepared to put their own money into this scheme to match the funding given by others. And third factor is the national match funding programme that was run by HEFCE, which of course is a late lamented programme. Without that, I think we wouldn't have been able to galvanise quite the momentum that we got to raise over £1 million for disadvantaged young people in less than a month.
The young students coming into the University of Huddersfield Business School through the scholarship will be given every opportunity to excel in their particular subject and business model. The great thing is it doesn't matter what backgrounds they come from, the scholarship's there, the funding's there, the support will be there to encourage them to come into the business school, which is on my right here, and if their business model is successful, they'll be given every encouragement to go forwards into the Enterprise Innovation Centre, which is the gateway to the world. And they will have access to funding, to mentoring, to guidance for innovation, technology, and like-minded people, which I think is very important and a great incentive for anybody wishing to set off